Hey guys, so welcome back to my channel. As you can see from the title, today we're doing a makeup tutorial, and I would like to first put up the disclaimer that I am not an expert or good at makeup. I am actually kind of a dumb bitch, but I thought, why don't I do a little bit of a look for you guys today, because I was stuck in quarantine, and then this idea came to me just the other day because I was watching a bunch of makeup tutorials. I think I was watching Sarah Chung, and she was doing this Flutter by like makeup tutorial, which is based off the palette from ColourPop. And so I thought, why don't I do a look that's butterfly inspired? And I thought, why not I do kind of like the Instagram filter, the one, that butterfly look by Urger. And that's basically how this look came to be. And I kind of like tried it out myself, kind of like map it out in my head how I want it to look like, and this is what I came up with, and I decided to film it and show you guys how I do it. To start off with this look, as you can see, I already went and go ahead and do my brows. And what you want to do now is, first of all, you want to start with the eyes, because this look is sort of pretty heavy duty with the eyes and stuff like that, so you don't want to risk any like fallout or stuff like that. So it's best that you start off with like a clean face and just focus on the eyes first, and then you go in with foundation and everything. Before we get into the eyes, I want to do a little bit of skin prep, because I want a really glowy foundation for this look, so I decided to put some Majuka oil. As you guys know, this is from Tarte. I've used this before in my video, so I'm just going to use like a drop. Just a tiniest amount, like this much. Rub it, and I'm going to put it here. Just over the dry patches of my face, because like I have combo skin. So to preface this eye look, what you want to do is you want to set the whole thing with some concealer, and I'm using the Shape Tape concealer in the shade Light Medium Sand, and I kind of like to put it all over, like smear it on like that. And then when I go is I use a beauty blender and just blend that out. Okay, once the concealer is on, what you want to do is you want to set it with some powder, and I'm using the Makeup Revolution powder. It's all scratched up, but I don't know what shade is this even, but it's just a white translucent powder. It's a baking powder. And then what I do is I use this massive like Morphe brush, and I kind of just put it on my hand. Just a little bit of amount, because we're just going to set that. I'm going to try to stick to just one palette for this look, because I think that makes it easier, so that I don't like switch between palettes and you guys have to buy like 50 different things for this look. And the palette I'll be using is this James Charles palette, and it's the mini version. I'm going to dip into this black one right here. And what we're going to do is we're going to start darkening the crease.
I'm moving fast, just like a panther, not talking money. I cannot answer, making money so you know they can't.
So I know I look like kind of like a raccoon right now, but this whole look will soon come together. Okay, so now that we're done with that, what we're going to do, we're going to cut the crease with the Shape Tape concealer and this brush, which is kind of shaped like that. Yeah. Kind of phallic looking.
Answer, making money so you know they can't stand her. She moving dirty, like she a dancer. My lips spraying, like it's some cancer. Be on alert, like your name ever. Your nigga.
And you wanna kind of do it like that. And I wanna go in with some more concealer and just go, just dop a little bit on here. Yeah, like that. We're gonna let it dry for a little bit, and then we're gonna go into the other side.
Like your name ever, your nigga broke. Bitch, raised up your stand. She hopping around like she is a prancer. I'm moving fast, just like a panther, not talking money. I cannot answer, making money so you know they can't stand her. She moving dirty, like she a dancer. My lyrics spreading, like it's some cancer. Be on alert, like your name ever, your nigga broke. Bitch, raised up.
Okay, the concealer's all set. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go back into the James Charles palette, and we're gonna dip into this bright blue shade right here, and a small little packer brush. It's tiny, but it's perfect for a job like this. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna slowly pack it on.
Standards hopping around like you was there. bitches, cause these bitches is beaters. Rap on the track, they say my shit lethal. Taking your chance, just like a free throw. Empty the clip, then you gon' reload. Bitches pocket 50, sitting on zero. These bitches act just like they work at Regal. Little bitch, I got the power. I am the man every hour.
Now what you want to do is you want to take a tissue, kind of.
I'm sweet then I'm sour. I'm going stupid, I can't go to Howard. You running off, little bitch, you a coward. Plugging you up like you was a flower. My money tall like a tower. I'm screaming pussy.
Okay, for the finishing touches, what I'm going to do is I'm going to use this thing from Vevlon. I forgot what it's called, but I'll link it down below. Basically, we're going to use this shade right here, and we're going to dip it into our fingers, and I go in with our fingers. We're going to tap it kind of on here, yeah.
Power. I lay in bed and I'm making money by the hour. I'm moving fast, just like a...
The shadows are done, but the eyes are not completely done. We'll probably go back to it later for liner and eyelashes. But before we do that, we're going to go into the foundation part. What we're going to do is we're going to go in with some primer. This is the Becca First Light Priming Filter. It's a kind of a brightening primer.
Not talking money, I cannot answer. Making money so you know they can't stand her. She moving dirty like she...
I'm just going to pat the primer in the beauty blender. Once the primer is set in, what we're going to do is we're going to empty this out on my other hand. And go and set that with some setting powder. So once we put the setting powder onto the face, I just go in with some setting spray. So once we go in with the setting spray, what we can do is we can finally put foundation. I'll be using the Marc Jacobs Remarkable Foundation in the shade Beach Medium. It's quite a full foundation, coverage foundation, so like a little bit goes a long way. And since we're going in already with concealer and then contour, I don't like to put a lot, just the bare minimum, like enough. Like, I don't know if you can see it. It's so thick.
Dancer, my lips spreading like it's some cancer. Be on alert, like your name Amber. Your nigga broke, bitch, rate up your standards. Hopping around like she is a panther. I'm moving fast, just like a panther. Not talking money, I cannot answer. Making money so you know they can't stand her. She moving dirty like she a dancer.
So after foundation, I like to go in with the NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer. Now this is in the shade Marron Glace. I don't know. So what we're going to do is we're just going to do kind of like a triangle, and we're going to kind of lift it all the way up. Just for a really lifted look. I love like a really light under eye moment, just to give myself a little bit more body on the chair, just to get that light. And then we're going to blend this out.
Like it's some cancer. Be on alert, like your name Amber. Your nigga broke, bitch, rate up your standards. Hopping around like she is a prancer.
Okay, so we blended everything out but the nose, and the reason why I don't blend my nose till the very end, till much later, is because I think I watched a video by Rosette Arisa something. I don't know. I'll link the video down below. But basically, she did a video where she attended a masterclass by Ariel, and she revealed a trick that she learned from him, where basically what happened is she leave this line right here, just to emphasize the nose contour a little bit. And ever since I started doing that, I realized that my nose contour actually ended up going better. So that's just kind of what I've been doing to contour my nose. Just leave that on while I set the rest of my face with some powder. Now, I don't like to bake my under eye because I think because of how light my powder is, it kind of makes me look ghostly underneath, and that's not what we want. We want to look bright, but we don't want to look too ghostly. So I just kind of set everything lightly instead of baking. But I do bake like around my nose area because I get really, really oily there, and like my smile lines. And that's pretty much it. Okay. So once we set the face, and I go in with some contour, and what I like to do is I like to mix contours. So I'll be using this Take Home the Bronze by the Balm and this Becca light palette, which I've used all the time. One of my all-time favorite palettes because this is just everything you need in like one kind of thing. It's so easy to travel with. I use this brush from Glam by Manicare. It's a kabuki contour brush and it's so good.
Belly baby, bitch, I'm legendary. Hella guns like the military. Fell in love like it's February. You too plain, bitch, you ordinary. Killing the game, it's a cemetery. Always on top like a secondary. Yeah, always gonna win, I'm a visionary. Yeah, I do not care for the commentary. Okay, you was a pussy. These niggas
that gives a really like light contoured face, but I like to deepen my contour a little bit with this shade, which is quite dark, and I just lightly tap inside, and I don't want it to be too heavy, and it just that gives me a much more contoured face. Okay, so now we got a contour on. What I like to do is I'm gonna bake my smile lines.
cookie, always hating on me, cause I'm a rookie. Fist pumping, just like my name is Snooki. I know my email, cause they wanna book me. I see your bitch, when you ain't look.
What we're gonna do is we're gonna blend up the contour finally, but just lightly pressing it so that you don't really like take away the color. You see how that kind of makes like a big difference? Like I don't even really need to contour my nose now. Just that line alone gives me more of a subtle contour, if that makes any sense. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna bake that line too. So as that's baking, we're gonna go back into the eyes, and what we're gonna do is we're gonna use eyeliner, which is this is from Tarte, and we're gonna draw a little bit of a wing.
They say my swag, my style is tugging. We ain't fishing, but I promise we hugging. Yeah, I'm moving fast, just like a panther. Not talking money, I cannot answer. Making money, so you know they can stand it. She moving down.
We're gonna draw that line. You see that?
She a dancer, my lips spread like it's some cancer. Be on alert.
Just gonna end halfway because it kind of looks more interesting. And there we go, we're a butterfly. And for a finishing touch, what I like to do is I'm going to go into this right here, this white shade, and just kind of dot right here. Like that. See that? Does that make any sense? So they're like kind of like wings. And I did a couple more dots, and you can kind of do as many as you like, honestly. And now for the finishing touches, I'm gonna do my inner corner, and I'm gonna mix this and this for my inner corner, and just kind of right here, like that. And there we go. I'm actually so happy about this eye. Oh my god, like literally I'm a joke with makeup, and I'm finally able to do something kind of good. Now, I guess for the finishing touches, we're going to go put on some lashes on these eyes. Nothing too dramatic. I'm going to be using the Fox Ming by Ardell. This is the 815. I'm going to go put them off camera, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I finally got the lashes on. What I like about these lashes, especially for this look, is that they're not super dramatic, but they're still really dark and fluttery and so pretty. What I like to do is I like to combine my real lashes with some mascara. So I'll be using this Fenty Full Frontal mascara. This just came in the mail just the other day, and I've been really loving it because we want this look to be super fluttery and dark. I'm gonna go in and do my bottom lashes. And it's fine if you get a little bit on your bottom because we want it to look really like dark and spidery. And that's pretty much the eyes for this look. It's very dramatic. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna just wipe off the bake and then finish it with some blush. Now the blush I'm going to be using is a liquid blush because this color is kind of perfect for it. It's the Cheek Heat Tint by Maybelline, and the reason why this is perfect is because of this bright pink color. And we want a really youthful blush for this look because I want it to be super girly and just very like Enchanted Forest vibes, but I want it to be super light because there's already so much going on in the eye that I don't want to really take away any drama from it. Just like a palette with a finger, like kind of use like this much, and then just smear it on. Kind of look like a Disney princess kind of cheek. And now what you want to do is you want to do some highlight. And I don't want some intense highlight here because the point of this whole look is not to really look like bad bitch IG makeup. I want to kind of look really fluttery and pretty. So I'm going in with the Guerlain Meteor Light. And the reason why I've chose this one is because I didn't want this look to be super blinding. So I like to go in with the same brush that I used for baking. I kind of just swirl this into the pearl lights and just kind of dab it onto the high points of my face. For the lips, what I like to do is I like to go in with a lip liner, but I'm not going to line my whole lip. What I'm going to do instead is I'm going to just kind of do it here and emphasize my cupid lip. Kind of like that. And I'm going to like use this lip balm or gloss by Mecca and kind of mix the two. And that's kind of the end of the look for the face. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put in some hair extensions and that will be the completed look. Okay, so I totally forgot this part, but I already got the extensions and everything. But what you gotta do next is you kind of want to do like some faux freckles. And to do that, I'm going to take a tiny ass brush like this, wipe it clean, and go into a light brown, kind of like this. And you want to dot it all over your face. Just like, you want to like a splatter of freckles across your nose.
Like your name Amber, your nigga broke, bitch, break up the standards, hopping around like she is a prancer. I'm moving fast, just like a panther, not talking money. I cannot answer, making money so you know they can't stand her. She moving dirty, like she a dancer. My lyrics spreading like it's some cancer. Be on alert, like your name Amber, your nigga broke, bitch, break up the standards, hopping around like she is a prancer.
There we go, we got to the end of the video. This is the final look. I am so happy with how this turned out. It kind of turned out better than I thought it would have. I mean, my hair is kind of messy, but if you discount that, I think it kind of fits the vibe of like enchanted girl floating through the forest or something. That pretty much concludes like the end of today's video. This is pretty much it. Tell me if I should do more makeup tutorials. Tell me if I should make this a series. Like, should I do more looks inspired by Instagram filters? Should I do more story times? I know that a lot of people kind of really loved my story times for some reason. Anyway, that's it for today's video. Please comment, like, subscribe, click the notification bell for more, and I'll see you guys next time.